What did I just read? What did I just read? This has got to be the biggest chapter of Kagurabachi. So many reveals, and then the way the story is going. I don't think no one predicted this. I know me, myself, I was saying your boy Yura was either related to the Swordmaster or being controlled by the Swordmaster, some type of puppet. You know what I'm saying? Someone from that country, that land that got destroyed, that got wiped out. I was thinking all of those, but it seems like everybody I know was wrong. And then there might be one or two people out there who got this guess correctly as far as the Swordmaster and, you know, Yura's connection and how they would, you know, how things would turn out. I'm not going to say no one, you know, guessed it. There could be some people out there that predicted, but nobody that I know of. This chapter was insane. Yo, I was not expecting this. You guys got to let me know how y'all feel about this chapter right here. We about to dive right into it. Of course, you know your boy is at work right now. Video won't have the best edits and you won't be able to see my beautiful face. But we got to talk about this shit, and we got to talk about it right here and now, because this chapter was crazy. Yo, the Swordmaster, he seemed like he might be that guy. He seemed like he might be that guy. Now we about to get into this chapter, man. Make sure you thumb it up, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the hype me up button, all of that great stuff. Also, if you wanna, you know what I'm saying, send a little, you know what I'm saying, super chat my way, you go ahead, do that as well. YouTube is doing this thing where you should be able to, where I should be able to actually send voice messages back to you directly. So anybody who send me a super chat, you're gonna get a voice, you know what I'm saying, reply from your boy right here. But yo, this chapter is crazy. Also, make sure you cop Kagurabachi volumes on Black Friday. They will be on sale. I'm trying to get all the ones that's out right now. I believe we got like a few of them from the States here, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, let's get into the chapter. Enough of that shit. Yo, the name of the chapter is called Swordmaster. We at chapter 100. It's called Swordmaster. You got Yura there, and he's like, yo, I could sense him. I could sense the Swordmaster. You know what I'm saying? He's deep down, but I can still sense him. And then they show this panel of the Swordmaster like sitting on the top of this like building with his enchanted blade in the ground in front of him. And he just like the aura he has in this pose. He should not have this much damn aura. He should not have this much damn aura. Like looking at this panel alone, I'm like, yo, no one can stop him. No one can stop him. And his name is Soga. Yes, his name is Soga. So you have it where, you know, Yura is thinking about everything that this guy did, how he took out 2,000 lives, and how, you know what I'm saying, people were thought to believe he lost his mind. He got corrupted by what he's seen on the island. The power got to him, and because of that, you know, he just went in a frenzy and just slaughtered everybody. Kind of sort of like I said, Anakin Skywalker. When his mom got killed and he went to rescue his mom and he found out she was dead, he was like, yo, I didn't just kill the men, I killed the women and children too. It felt like one of those type of scenarios. And you have it where they're talking about how, you know, when a sorcerer goes crazy, you know, when they have a big shift to their mind, like psyche, you know, it could cause their spiritual power, you know, to actually, their sorcery abilities to actually, you know, get even more strong, get even more potent, even more powerful. You know what I'm saying? We've seen proof of that. And they referred to the guy, the Iron Sand guy, like how he's so much stronger now that he went somewhat crazy after the loss of his friend. So they're using him as an example. But you got it where Yura's like, yo, after 18 years of silence, you know what I'm saying, this will be his first contact, his first time talking and seeing someone within 18 years, the sword bearer. And he was like, yo, at last we meet. I've came to kill you. And you have it where the Swordmaster was like, okay, all right, well, I mean, I guess shit about to happen. And you got him doing like the Goku stance. He's stretching, he's getting his muscles together. I'm like, yo, this is about to be crazy. He said, I haven't spoken to anyone in a long time. Is it cold outside? And then you got it with Jorah's like, yo, what is up with this guy? And of course, the Swordmaster Soga is like, what's the matter? You know, it's like, yo, they said you were insane, but you're not sounding insane. He's like, oh, nah, me being insane? Nah, that's not me, bro. Like, yo, me slaughtering hundreds and thousands of people. Nah, that wasn't me being insane. That's what I chose to do. I straight off the bat knew that that's what I wanted to do. I believed it was in the best interest for our country. I took the lives of all those people because it was the best thing to do for my land. And it's crazy. You find out that he wasn't drunk off power. He wasn't insane. He was in the right state of mind when he did this. This was just a choice by this guy. He's like, yo, these guys can't be helped. We got to kill them all. And maybe he felt like, yo, if we allow these people to live, maybe not now, maybe not this generation, but maybe somewhere down the line, maybe one of the other generations may come and attack our land and wipe our people out. So it's best to eliminate them right here and right now. And you have it where Yura himself is saying like, yo, this is amazing. This is crazy that this dude is still in the right state of mind. Like most people would have lost their mind just from being in captivity for 18 years, not seeing anyone, let alone, you know what I'm saying, like the events that took place on that island. And it does make sense. He was like, yo, to think you unleash that power on the island in your right state of mind is just unbelievable. And you have it with the, Soga. He goes to say, yes, I wanted to hear about the outside world, so I chose to stop invading your body. Now, when you think about what happened to Hakuri's father, his body and mind was starting to be overtaken by the Swordmaster. And that might be because he sensed that his sword was far away from him. But now that he's feel like Yura is close to him, he's like, nah, I'm going to stop trying to invade this guy's body so that I can learn more about what's going on in the outside world. And he says like, yo, I found it appropriate not to take over your body because I wanted to talk to you. And, we're still going to have to keep some distance, meaning that he probably isn't fully in control over how much he can take over someone's body. But you have it where the Swordmaster, Soga, says like, is my brother dead? And you have it where your boy Yura replies by saying, yes, I led the plot to kill him. This is insane. So that means the Swordmaster is the brother of Chihiro's father, and that also makes him Chihiro's uncle. Now, my whole thought process with this is just like, no wonder he got the strongest sword. That was Chihiro's father trying to protect his brother. He gave him the strongest enchanted blade because he didn't want his brother to die on the battlefield. I imagine that's why he got the strongest one. He may have not even been suited for the strongest one, but his brother probably cared for him so much that he didn't want his brother to be taken out on the battlefield. It makes so much sense, man. This is crazy. Then you have it where Soga, the Swordmaster says, I figured as much. I figured that when I sensed that the enchanted blades were on the move, that my brother was taken out. And he's like, so if I guess correctly, you've came here to kill me, right? And you have it where Yura says, yes, that's the plan. He says, but I came to correct the mistake of the so-called heroes. He said he approved of what the Swordmaster actually did back in the day. What Soga did on that island, he said he approved it. It's the right answer. It was the right answer. He said, but, with the enchanted blade, supposedly making you insane and crazy, I came to bear that. I came to get this sword, to take you out and hold possession of the strongest sword. And I had the fortitude and the mindset where I wouldn't succumb to the power of that enchanted blade. But now that I see you're here in the right state of mind, he says like, yo, it was a tremendous mistake for them to seal these swords away. And you have it where they show other people that are being affected by the sorcery ability of the sword, the Swordmaster or the enchanted blade. And you have it where Hakuri is there and he's thinking about the words that Chihiro told him. Like, yo, he doesn't, if he see innocent people's lives being taken due to an enchanted blade, he doesn't think he'll be able to bear it. They even show, Natsuki, I believe his name is Natsuki, as well as Yoji. They show both of them on the ground. And then you have it where it jumps back to Yura and he says, if the sword bearer, is insane, the power would be dangerous. But he's like, if you can handle it, then, there's no need for me to take your life. He says the world needs a bit of order. So he says, I figured I would take the role, but, you're in your right state of mind. Learning that you did it with a clear head, a clear mind. He says, yo, you and I can understand each other. And you have it where the Swordmaster, Soga, looks at Yura saying like, who are you? He said, let's lead the enchanted blades, you know what I'm saying, correctly together. This boy Yura is saying that to the Swordmaster. And as he's speaking, you have it where a coin flips in the air and you see that your boy Azume returns. Of course, you have Yura looking at him saying like, yo, you're a freaking demon. He says, that's right. Hey, yo, I love the way they drew Azume in these panels. This shit looks so crazy. But he instantly jumps out the water and he goes to attack your boy Yura. But Yura uses the dragonfly attack to take the other arm of Azume. So Azume is moving loose. He has lost both arms. But keep in mind, long as he survives, Char could potentially restore his arms like she did for Chihiro in the earlier arc. But anyway, you got it where he's still going in trying to take down, you know, Yura, and Yura saying like, yo, you're nothing but a walking corpse. He says, and then you have someone saying it might as well become a demon. So I don't know if Izume is saying that or if Yura is saying that. And then next thing you know, it jumps to, you know, Chihiro as a kid, and I imagine that's after his father passed. That might be, matter of fact, that might be the words of Chihiro saying that. And you got Azume in the room, as well as Shiba. They're all sitting down while, you know, Chihiro's a little kid in this panel, and you have it where the phone rings, and that's where the chapter ends. So I don't know if this is a flashback with Shiba on this very last panel or what. But this chapter is crazy, man. Start to finish. Loved every moment of it. But you guys gotta let me know your thoughts down below, man. If you like the video, thumb it up. Please subscribe. Hit the bell. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Yo, this shit is crazy.